Welcome to another edition of the Balking Day. And I'm still fucking Sharpie's Bets. And this show is still sponsored by Prize Picks. So go on over there if you haven't. Your first match deposit up to $100 if you use the promo code Prize Pub Sports. Ooh, I'm baked. Promo code Pub Sports gets you up to $100 on your first match bonus. So go on over there. Use the promo code Pub Sports because Pub Sports, baby, the best out. Giving you fucking free money out there. We the best at giving you free fucking money. So smash the fucking like if you haven't. Hit the share, hit the retweet if you're in Twitter world. Come on in. Join the chat. We gonna get to some plays. We gonna get to some monies. And that's the best thing about life. We coming off of a nice fucking day yesterday. K-props are fucking rolling right now. We've got a month of numbers. We've got pitchers no longer on pitching limits. What is that? Oh, fucking time. Oh, it's my fucking time. You may find me underneath a bridge, and you may find me at your local pub, but you will find me cashing fucking props, baby. So let's fucking get into the first game. D-backs at Marlins. Shout out to the people out on Twitter. I told y'all I got 2 K-props today that I bet. Both the K-props are in this game. Let's get on into it, guys. Zach Gallen versus Pablo Lopez. Zach Gallen, over 5.5 strikeouts. Pablo Lopez, over 5.5 strikeouts. Gallen was traded by these Marlins heads up 2 years ago for Jazz Chisholm Jr. He has been a fucking beast this year, guys, with a 0.60 ERA in 3 starts, all versus top 10, top 5 hitting teams versus right-handed pitching. He's gone up against the Dodgers and the Mets twice and fucking hung like wrong Jeremy, guys. So Zach Gallen is bet on. Now he gets the Marlins, who last 30 days are walking at 10%, striking out at 23.9%, 8th average, 6 OPS. Another top 10 hitting team for Mr. Zach Gallen. You think he's worried? I don't think he's worried. Last 15 days, walk percentage is still the same. The Marlins strikeout percentage goes up 2.3. They're now at 25.6%, still 7th average, 5th OPS. So the strikeout numbers are going up. We're going to ride Zach Gallen versus this team today. His K prop on the books is 6+ minus 126. It's 5.5 on Prize Picks. I want it. Top 10 teams versus the Dodgers. Like I said, Dodgers and the Mets already this year. He's had over 5.5. So we're going to ride it again versus a team with a higher strikeout percentage than the last 3 games he's even seen. Dodgers and Mets ain't even at the number that these Marlins are striking out at. So I expect a big game from Mr. Zach Gallen here. Gallen in his last start finally hit 90 pitches. That was his longest start of the year. I could see them letting go to 100. If he's humming, they're going to let Zach Gallen go. This is a get-back game for Zach Gallen. He was traded from this team, and Zach Gallen's a stud. So, on the other hand, Pablo Lopez a motherfucking stud too. Damn. MLB ERA leader, guys. He's 3-0 in 4 games, 23 strikeouts in 23 innings. He has 6+ strikeouts in 3 out of 4 games, the one coming versus Philadelphia that he did not get it. He's faced middle to the pack, back of the leagues in K percentage this year, and now gets Arizona. 10.5% walk percentage, 26.4 strikeout percentage, 30th average, 23rd OPS the last 30 days. Damn. Well, let's look at the last 15 days, guys. Baseball streaky. Last 15 days, the walk percentage drops down to 8.2 from 10. The strikeout percentage stays at 26.5, and they still are that shitty-ass team hitting righties. So I expect Pablo Lopez to be out there 6+ innings, and this 5.5 strikeouts is, baby, this is beautiful. Why is it beautiful? When I bet it this morning, it was minus 130. When I look freaking doing this write-up, it has now moved to minus 167, 5.5. It's still 5.5 on Prize Picks. We're getting a minus 167 prop on Prize Picks to smack them with. So, thank you for the free money, Prize Picks. On the other hand, bullpen ERAs, both have been good. Miami has a 3.12, 3.43 FIP, and the Diamondbacks have not been good to start the year. They had a 3.88, 4.19 FIP, but the last week and a half, they have seemed to turn things around. I still don't like the Diamondbacks bullpen as much as I do like the Marlins bullpen. I expect both these pitchers to go 6 innings today. There's a reason why you are seeing the first 3 on the board today in the first 5. They expect these pitchers to be elite today, and I expect them both to be elite as well. No one has seen these pitchers 10 times, so there's no crazy hitting numbers. Jesus Aguilar has been struggling until 5 games ago. He had 2 walks. Since then, he had a 4-game hit streak, and he has 4 hits in his last 4 games. So the guy's seeing the ball well after not seeing it. Once you start seeing them walks, guys, them hits are going to come. So definitely look at Jesus Aguilar if you're looking to play any type of hitting prop. But I am personally going to put a Jazz Chisholm on the prize picks, guys. We've been preaching Jazz Chisholm in this show from the beginning of this year, and we're just going to keep riding him when we talk about Marlin game. 9 out of 16 games, he has 2+ bases. 9 out of 16 games, he has 2+ bases. That's 66% of the time, and they're giving us plus 144 on 2+ bases over there on my bookie. You're going to see some of me, especially in a get-back game. Once again, Gallen was traded for freaking Jazz Chisholm Jr. Both these guys are freaking shining and rising right now, and I expect them both to have a say-so in the game today. So, Jazz Chisholm is at 2+ bases, plus 144. I will be on it. You'll see that retweet later when we cash it for this show. And his fantasy score is at 5 on prize picks, guys. 5 is a double. He steals bases. He scores runs. 5 is just way too low for a guy getting on 2+ bases 9 out of 16 games this year. So even if Gallen is good, their bullpen is not as good as Gallen. So Jazz Chisholm Jr. over 2+ bases and fantasy score over 5 for me. Yeah, let's get into this next one, though. We got Braves and Mets. Shout out to the chat. Only one guy in the chat talking. What up, Abel? I see you. No run first inning bet he got. Let's go. Put your plays in the chat. Jump in the chat. 22 live, 11 likes. Let's get them 22 likes. We like Clayton Kershaw numbers, and then we'll move from there. So smash the like I smash BBWs, and let's get to some more winners here, guys. Winners, because we got one right here. Chris fucking Bassett versus Max Fried. Max Fried, big game Max. He's been kicking himself in the gear the last 2 games, guys. And if you remember anything I say, he's the type who starts to get going. We really want to bet on him come June, July, but this is the time of year he gets going. Big game Max, he shows up for big games. This is a big game in the division versus Chris Bassett, another big game pitcher. So this is where Max Fried shows up and shines, guys. He's only given up 1 run in his last 13 innings versus the Dodgers and Cubs. He was 1-2 versus the Mets last year in 3 starts with 2 earned runs or less in all 3 games versus these Mets. He had 2 quality starts in those three starts. So he pitches well versus this team, and I expect him to pitch well again right now. So this is a game where both of these pitchers should show up and should kill it today. So this right now, they have his K-prop. Oh, sorry, I skipped way past over. Sorry about that. 2 quality starts versus the Mets last year. Mets this year versus left-handed pitching the last 30 days. 8.9 walk percentage, 22.8 strikeout percentage, 11th average, 17th OPS. Pretty good, but not that great. Then you get in the last 15. They're only walking 6.6% of the time the last 2 weeks. They're not seeing the ball. They're striking out 2.2% more at 24.1%. 8th average and 22 OPS. So their numbers are dropping back down than if you just look at their overall numbers, guys. So we're going to take advantage of this 6.6 walk percentage and their 24.1 strikeout percentage right here. 24.1 ain't bad, but them walks are going to make it up near that 26 mark, 26.5 where we want it. So you got to adjust. If they're not walking guys, and Chris Bassett has done nothing but shove this year, I expect him to shove again, especially versus a team who hasn't seen him. First time through the lineup, he should have like 4 strikeouts, and then the rest will come the next time through. It'll be tougher the second and third time through the lineup, but when you haven't seen the pitcher before, Advantage fucking pitcher. So we're definitely going to look at him there. His K prop is 6+ at plus 117. It's at 5.5 on Prize Picks. I look at the over 32.5 fantasy score, but like I said, I think that's sharp. I'm gonna be on him right there on his K prop, guys. Yes, it's a plus 117. Yes, we don't like to play on that type of stuff, but I'm also a numbers guy, so I'm on it. My money's on it, and numbers don't always tell you the truth, guys. Numbers are like lawyers; they won't always lie to you. They just necessarily don't tell you. You get into his bullpen. His bullpen has been good this year. The Met, not the Braves bullpen. My bad. Braves bullpen has been. What the fuck? So sorry, guys. So sorry. I just read out Max Fried's K prop and talked about why we on his K prop. We're gonna get the Chris Bassett shit in a minute. I have to like backtrack. Whoop! That's what happens when you smoke too much at the beginning of the show. My bad. So Max Fried's K prop is at 6+ plus 117, 5.5 on Prize Picks. Okay, I'm not looking at that. His fantasy score was 35.5 at the beginning of the show. They dropped it to 32.5 right before this. Right before it. So someone hit it up or they adjusted 3 points. I think that's a sharp ass fantasy score, guys. I'm not trying to fuck with that right there. Max Fried should shove today, but I think they're pinpoint on his fantasy score. And I'm not, and the numbers say yes to the strikeouts with that walk percentage, but we're not on Max Fried. What we are on, we're on Chris Bassett, who's 3-1 this year with a 2.25 ERA, 26 strikeouts, and 24 innings. Atlanta versus right-handed pitchers over 30 days, 8.5 walk percentage, 24 strikeout percentage, 21st average, 13th OPS. Drop it to 15 days, they drop 7.5 walk percentage, 23 strikeout percentage, 20th average, 9th OPS. So their hitting numbers are dropping off than they were where they were at the beginning of the year, and their walking numbers are dropping off. Only team to get the Bassett this year is the Giants, and Atlanta has similar numbers. So that's where I can see Bassett giving up some runs today. The Giants did get to him. But even in that start where the Giants got to him, he had 7 strikeouts. So definitely looking and playing on Chris Bassett's strikeouts. He is 7+ plus 108 on the books, and they're giving him at 5.5 on Prize Picks. He was -2 something at 6+. So we're banking on Chris Bassett today. We're getting a nice juicy number that they're giving us that shouldn't be there, and a guy that I expect to go push versus a team that hasn't seen him before and that are not hitting that well. So I expect him to be out there 6 solid innings, and you can't get us a strikeout per inning when you're averaging more than a strikeout per inning. I think he can. So Chris Bassett, guys, he's a really good pitcher. He knows how to get out of freaking. He can throw ground balls when he wants. He can get strikeouts when he wants. So 6+ innings for him today. They do have his fantasy score at 33.5, guys. That's too high. That's right about where he should be. We had him at 22.5 last week, and we smacked him, okay? They're finally adjusting him to the ace that he really is, and, he should be there. I expect a very, very well-pitched game, though, guys, but I expect the 9th OPS power number from Atlanta to come through a little bit. Chris Bassett, if he hangs one, he's going to get took, and the Giants took him, so the Giants have the same power numbers as the Atlanta Braves, so definitely think that he can give up some runs, but I think the strikeouts are definitely going to be there today for him. Jeff McNeil. He's batting .350 and 20 at-bats off of Fried. We preached McNeil again yesterday. Shout out to yesterday. I was dead ass fucking wrong on all the pitchers and right on all the hitters. That's usually the other way around, so that's whatever. Dominic Smith, guys, was 6 for 36 going into yesterday. I said he gets some hits today. Time to turn it on today. Motherfucker went 4 for 4. Huh? Schwarber hit that bomb we called yesterday. So it was like, all the hitting shit did well. The pitchers, well, I was wrong there. I guess you can't be right every time. But I'm right most of the time. So let's get into the Bassett shit, guys. Or Jeff McNeil. Batting .350 at 20 bats off Fried. Batting .361 this year. And he's coming off of no hits. Last 3 times he had no hits, he had 2+ bases. Damn. 2+ bases for McNeil is -127. Some books allow you to parlay up the props. That right there is a good parlay piece. 2+ bases -127. So Jeff McNeil today gets himself 2+ bases, in my opinion. He's not on Prize Picks. That's why I think he gets it. Also, Prize Picks ain't dumb. They know what they know. They see the same numbers we see, and then we get into McNeil, and he's just hot coming off an offer. This is the spot we like on this show, and they don't want to give it to us. They're catching on. They're catching on. Shout out to the chat. I see you guys in there. My guys are filling it up. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Marco Gonzalez versus Jake Odorizzi. Mariners at Astros. Smash the like if you guys have it. We got 38 live, 17 likes. Smash that shit like I smashed BBW. Marco Gonzalez is 1-2 with a 3.86 ERA and 4 starts. He's pitched 2 times versus the Astros since last year, including 3 weeks ago. And he's had a quality start both times. He does have a 5.4 ERA career at Minute Maid Ballpark, though. Astros versus left-handed hitters over the month, walking 11.1% of the time, striking out 21% of the time. 26 average, 23rd OPS, crap. The last 15 days, they're walking at an even better clip, which is psychotic. 12.7 walk percentage. The league average is 8.5. They're striking out, though, at 24.1% of the time. Their strikeout numbers have gone up versus lefties. 23rd average, 17th OPS. So they are getting better little by little versus lefties again, guys. They do hit this lefty in this ballpark. And I expect this lefty to get hit today, guys. His K-prop is 4+ -112. I think he can get that, guys. It's crazy to say a lefty can get their K-props versus the Astros. It's not something I like to run. The last few years, that's not going to hit you for some money. But it is 3 out of 6 this year. So it's hit 50% of the time if you wrote it the right time. So they're giving you 3.5 on Prize Picks. 4 is doable in this situation. But I think he gets lit up today like a Christmas tree. Think them and Altuve, guys, should be back in the lineup today. He hasn't been announced yet. He's been out the last few weeks, but Altuve should be back and ready to hum at the beginning of this Astros lineup. Pena loves himself a lefty. If you're looking at any type of hitting props, this guy loves lefties and has cashed home run props on 2 of the 4 games versus lefties this year. Marco Gonzalez had the same home road splits, but he was a 1.5 worse in nighttime games last year. So we're getting him where he's got a 5.2 ERA in this stadium, and we're getting him where he's 4.6 at night, guys. So I expect the Astros to get to him today. Jake Odorizzi, on the other hand, is 1-2 with a 6+ ERA in 4 games. He's been hit and miss this year, but he got cracked versus these Mariners 16 days ago. Mariners, last 30 days are 13.8 walk percentage, 21.3 strikeout percentage, 17th average, 11th OPS. We break that down to 2 weeks. We're at 8.2 walk percentage, 22 strikeout percentage, 5th average, 6 OPS. They're hitting even better now than when they seen him last time. Jake Odorizzi is not long for this game. He, in my opinion, he can fucking prove me wrong. He did have 3.83 home, 4.53 road splits last year, so he was better at home. I hear you there. But guess what? He had a 4.73 night and a 3.32 day, so he sucks at night too. So how about that? I expect him to get cranked up today and cracked. They're running a 6-man rotation because he sucked ass and they had to put Javier in the 6th man. So I expect him to be out of the rotation soon, guys. His K-prop is 4+ -112. Definitely not looking at it. Both are at 15.5 pitching outs. If anything, I'd look to fade Odorizzi to the under. I don't think he goes more than 5 innings today. And Marco Gonzalez, on the other hand, has gone 6+ innings the last 2 times out versus the Astros. So I would be looking at Odorizzi's under. Altuve, he's batting .417 and 24 at-bats versus Gonzalez. Brantley, .429 and 21 at-bats. Bregman, .346 and 26 at-bats. Dang, bro. All these guys are fucking hitting him. Altuve should be back in the lineup today. Brantley, he had a 5-game hit streak snap last game. I expect him to get back to humming this game versus a guy he hits. Bregman, guys, he's struggling, but gets a guy you need to get going. Kind of like Dominic Smith last night, got a guy he sees well to get him going. Bregman gets a guy he sees very well in 26 at-bats. That's a whole lot of fucking at-bats, guys. This is the game where Bregman gets going. On the other hand, guys, Winker, 2+ plus 100 on 2 for over 1.5 bases. He hits left-handers well, guys, and he's seeing the ball. I mean, he hits righties well, and he's seeing the ball. This guy hits from the left-handed side, and Odorizzi ain't nothing to write home about. So Astros and Seattle do have good bullpens, though, so I expect quick hooks on Odorizzi and a little longer leash on Gonzalez today. But I think there's definitely some money to be made on some hitting props, fading Marco Gonzalez and Odorizzi today. But yeah, let's get into the last game we got to talk about. I see you, North Ender. Let's go, my guys. Let's go. The real deal. Let's go. All the crew in there. We get in there. We got 29 likes. Better than I thought. 39 likes, 29 likes. You guys fucking rock. Smash it if you fucking have it. Hit the share, hit the retweet, and let's get to some monies. Last game we got Rays and A's. Drew Rasmussen versus Dalton Jeffries. Drew Rasmussen is 1-1 with a 3.5 ERA in 4 starts. Splits last year, 3.82, 2.09 away. Really good on the away, right? 4.8 day, 2.369. Hold up. It was his last year in the majors it was his first year in the majors last year, so really, what can you say? I mean, his home road splits are exactly split this year, flipped to where they were last year. So now he's bad on the road. He played a whole 7 games last year. Let's fuck his splits. What we can look at through all those splits is he is good at night this year and last year. That's one thing that does match up. He pitches better at night. We're getting Oakland Ballpark at night where the wind fucking swirls and it just helps pitchers. Big field. This is a pitcher's ballpark, especially at night. Oakland versus right-handed pitchers of the last 30 days, 7 walk percentage, 25.3 strikeout, 25th average, and 25th OPS. The last 15 days, list gets even worse. 6.7 walk percentage, 25% strikeout, 20th average, 26th OPS. They're just pretty much the same. They suck balls right now. They're not hitting righties. They're not hitting lefties. So Drew Rasmussen's K-prop is at 4.5 minus 104, 5 on Prize Picks. I'd be looking at his fantasy score over 27.5 today, guys. I expect 6 innings, 2 earned runs or less. I expect that quality start. And yeah, he gets that without the win right there, guys. This is just the team not hitting in a ballpark that's going to help him where he pitches better at night. So we are going to take Drew Rasmussen over 27.5 fantasy score tonight, guys. And we're going to ride him. The Rays bullpen is a 2.29 ERA and a 3.67 FIP. The FIP says their ERA should be worse than what it is, but we got to ride that. We know what the Rays back end of the bullpen can do, and they're going to shut us out games. So Drew Rasmussen probably gets that win tonight too, because we're going to get into Dalton Jeffries, which he gives us that win. We smoked this prop by 15 points. What up, G? My fucking guy, Guillermo motherfucking Zertucci. Oh, I see you, Trey. You too, Jay Peasy. Okay, we got the fucking crew in there, guys. We got the fucking crew now. All right. Let's get to this. Dalton Jeffries, 1-3 with a 3.26 ERA. He's done well this year, but he's had his issues with teams who get on base. The Blue Jays and the Giants are top 7 average in hitting the ball. So when I go through his box score, and I'm like, okay, teams that are getting a lot of hits and getting on base are giving this guy problems. So what do we get when we get into the Rays? Over the last 30 days, we've got 8.9 walk percentage, which matched the 15. 25.9 K percentage, which matched the 15. 15th average, they're 17th and 15, and they're OP. So they're the dead-ass same team, 30 through 15 days, middle-of-the-pack type team. When Dalton Jeffries has gone against middle-of-the-pack type teams, he's pitched 5 innings and given up 2 runs. 5 innings and 2 runs, and he doesn't hit that 19.5 fantasy score. It's right at 19, guys, and that's where I think I have him. I thought he was going to be at 14.5 pitching outs. They have them at 15.5. So I expect a decent day from Dalton Jeffries, but I expect Oakland to have a quick hook like they've had on him all year. He's only gone over this 5 innings one time this year. I see you, Moose, my guy. I see you. But yeah, so I expect Dalton Jeffries to have a decent game, but that 19.5 fantasy score is sharp because I don't think he goes 6 innings, and he's gonna need to go 6 innings to get over that because he's gonna give up some runs today. Just I don't know how many. I have him for 2. It could be more. No Baltimore batters have seen these pitch. No batters period have seen these pitchers, which is gonna help us with Rasmussen, and it will help Dalton Jeffries. Wander Franco's a switch hitter, batting 313, but he's hit left-handed pitchers way better than righties. Dalton Jeffries is a righty. So we get into Francisco Mejia, guys. He's batting 348 this year, switch hitter, and they don't have his props up yet. Francisco Mejia, guys, let me tell you about this kid. Since I live in San Diego and I live 25 minutes from Lake Elsinore, where the Padres AAA facility is, this guy was the #1 minor league catcher in all of baseball. Could hit, but never could. Wasn't that good of a defensive catcher. Wasn't that good at calling a game. They shipped him out for Brad Hand in the Brad Hand to Cleveland deal. They gave him a chance, and the guy just couldn't hit. But this guy is a career stud hitter in the minors. Well, it looks like Mejia's finally turned it to who he is. It's taken him a little while to get his feet in, but batting 348 this year, guys, and those are like his minor league numbers. This guy is a stud behind the plate, so I'd be looking at his 2+ bases. Once they announce him in at catcher, then they'll put his props out. So we're gonna look at him in the category for that one right there. But we're on these right here next to me. I bet them all, guys, and I've done some crazy shit today. There's a lot of money on these guys. We've got Zach Gallen over 5.5 in a revenge game versus the Marlins. Traded for Jazz Chisholm, heads up. Has done nothing but smoke elite hitting teams this year, and gets another good hitting team with a high strikeout percentage. So Zach Gallen for us today gets us that 6. Pablo Lopez, on the other hand, he gets us that 6 too. We're getting a prop that's -167 on some books at a even money value on Prize Picks. I bet it at -130. I'm gonna take it on Prize Picks also. I think Pablo Lopez shoves today and has 7 easy strikeouts for us going against a team that doesn't hit and strikes out. So he should be out there plenty long enough to get them strikeouts. So Pablo Lopez day, baby. Pablo Lopez. And then Chris Bassett, guys. We're getting a prop at 5.5. That books have it 7 at +102, and it's 6 at his 6 is at -170 to 200, depending on the books. I love me some juice value in my props. I love a team that hasn't seen an elite pitcher like Bassett. So Bassett, first time through, favors him, and he's the type of guy that can get us 6 solid innings. So 6 strikeouts from a guy that I have him for 6. So easy 6. Let's get it. Drew Rasmussen's going 6 solid innings versus an Oakland team who can't hit, guys, in a park at night where Rasmussen likes to pitch at night in a pitcher-friendly ballpark. So let's ride these today, guys. Let's get us some prop money and just tag me in your fucking tweets when you cash them, bro. I love sharing money, sharing the shit. Let's get to it. If you don't know, you should know. This show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Go on over there, use promo code PubSports. Your first match deposit up to $100. They will match deposit it. So go on over there, use it. Guess what? MyBookie.ag, same promo code, PubSports. $100 minimum deposit though, guys. But $1,000 get you 1,000 back, and they will match you up to 1,000. So get your fucking money going, get the props going, get into the new wave of betting, guys. Props are where it's at. I know someone said New York versus Toronto. What's up?
Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you. What's good?
Yeah. Since it's like there's only one other game besides the New York game, do you have any thoughts on this New York Toronto game?
I really didn't even look at it. I know it's Montgomery versus I would have to look, bro. Oh, it's Montgomery versus Stripling, guys. I don't like Stripling. Stripling's a fucking fade. And Montgomery, I didn't look into it, but you could definitely pull up how he pitched versus Toronto last year. He's gonna have 4 or 5 games. And look how he pitches away and at home. And look at his home road splits. Look how he pitched versus that same team home road. He's seen this team. I do know all the Yankees are vaccinated and will be playing. There is nobody not able to make the trip. There were 3 Yankees as of a week ago that needed to get vaccinated. They all got vaccinated. So there will be a full death squad of Yankees showing up to murder some Toronto pitching. Ross Stripling is hit or miss, and he doesn't have the type of stuff to get it past these Yankee hitters, guys. So I expect some runs. I expect some runs. And Montgomery, like I said, I don't know how he's going to do off the top of my head. I'd have to dig into it, but Yankees have the way better bullpen. Toronto's bullpen is shaky. They're allowing someone on base every 9th inning they have to close. They've blown half of their fucking saves this year. Definitely nothing I'd want to be doing is backing Ross Stripling today. So that's my thoughts on that game straight off the top of my head, because I strictly only like to break down the games I bet on personally. And if I break down every game, I think I find advantages. And if you think you find advantages in every game and bet them, best of luck to you. That shit ain't for me. So shout out to the 34 in the chat with the 37 likes. You guys fucking rock. Yeah, let's just get to it, guys, and keep this train rolling. Smash that shit like I smash BBWs. And just remember, we be hubbing. Shoot, shoot!